Hey guys, welcome to another GameXplain discussion. I'm your host, Andrew Seegers, and this time we're joined by Derek Bittner to discuss a rumored leak of Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door 3D on the Nintendo 3DS. So let's get started. Alright Derek, so this just came out today. Apparently, another rumor, this time showing off Super Mario, or Paper Mario, god, thank god, not Super Paper Mario, Paper Mario.
Yeah, I like that game.
It wasn't bad. At least, I should say, at least it wasn't Sticker Star, right? So, so this one's showing off Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, which originally released on the GameCube, this time on the Nintendo 3DS. So apparently this originally came in video form on YouTube, which has now since been pulled, and now all we're left with, as far as I can tell, is an animated GIF of the video, as well as a static picture showcasing an in-game screenshot, as well as a lower touchscreen showing what purports to be the interface of the game. So that's all we really have to go off of. So let's start off with your quick thoughts on this, Derek. Do you think this is real?
Nope. That's a big old nope, because, come on, we've been burned by this before. We've seen how intricate these can be, and you know what? It's so hard to say whether or not a rumor is going to be true or not, but my gut feeling is like this is completely faked.
Mm-hmm. So, I did agree with that, but until the fact that you said you don't believe it means I have to go the opposite direction now, because of your track record with the leaks.
Well, I was right before, and then you made me second-guess myself.
No, and you actually bring up an interesting point, right? Had this been like a month or two ago, this would be seemingly more believable, but now after the Rayman leak, where we've seen the attention to details people will go through, this one just seems pretty unimpressive by comparison. Don't get me wrong, like, within the context of what they show, it's relatively well done, but it's a very simplistic thing. You know, you have the stack tile screen, which is true to the original game, but that's a very easy thing to fake. They just, you know, added the 3D part to the logo, which is somewhat convincing, and you just dropped it in using After Effects, or you can render that in Video Editor if you wanted to. Like, I could probably, me and Tom could mimic this really easily, I would say. So yeah, I am with you. This is pretty definitely fake. Especially given the fact there's a few odd inconsistencies with this compared to the original game. One is that the original game, when you started it up, it went into an opening sequence before going to the title screen. Now that's something they could have changed easily. You know, maybe it'll start after you start a new file this time, or maybe it starts if you hang out on the title screen for too long. Who knows? Another one is that there's no Intelligent Systems name on the title screen like there was in the original. You would think that would be there, along with Nintendo. Maybe it's on the lower screen, which oddly isn't present here. We don't see any lower screen in the video. And thirdly, this is the part that makes me really think it's fake. When we do see the title screen and the press start text appears, in the original GameCube version, it had a rainbow color to it that, like, it had a rainbow animation to it. Like, the rainbow colors would change on that text. Here, it's completely static. Unless Nintendo went completely cheap with this. I'm guessing the person who created this just didn't want to mimic that, and it was easier just to, you know, screen grab a single frame of it. Adding on to all that is the fact that we don't see the name of a developer who would have done this port, as we do with, like, Grezzo and Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time 3D. So that's my evidence for why I think this is fake.
And that's all good evidence. I mean, let's look at Majora's Mask, the most recent port to the 3DS, and that was done by Grezzo. You see Grezzo's logo. You mentioned how it usually goes into an opening sequence whenever you start the game up. Majora's Mask keeps that. You know, it's usually very faithful, and I imagine, with the polish as this game had and the amount of love people have for this game, they're going to want to keep this extremely faithful, and already we're seeing how that's not really the case here, and yeah, I'm not buying it. It just doesn't seem like it fits. It just doesn't work. However, not to say the idea doesn't have merit. I'd love to have Thousand Year Door on the 3DS.
Yeah, I mean, anything involving the Thousand Year Door is only a good thing, as long as it's not a sequel that goes by the name of Sticker Star. The Thousand Year Door is one of my favorite GameCube games. Like, it is great. And it would be cool to have it on the 3DS, especially with the whole paper mechanic. You know, the whole perspective they have given this game. It would actually look pretty good in 3D, I think. Like, you know, the whole thing's going for like that almost diorama type of look, and it would look great. Even the tile screen with the curtain coming down, like, even that would look, pretty good in 3D.
Well, even the whole battle sequence where you have like an audience there and you can see the depth of field there, and it looked really good.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, I would be on board with this being on 3DS. It would make sense. The resolution is only a little bit lower than what the GameCube was, so all the assets would work as is just fine. With that being said, as much as I'll take Thousand Year Door in any form, I would much prefer to see this on the Wii U. I would love to see like a 720p or better 1080p version of this game, because this game is already great looking on the GameCube, and if they could up-res it, it would look fantastic. The question is, I don't know if they could easily do that, because the game has a ton of sprites, and if they didn't hold on to all of them, they'd have to remake all of them, or up-res them using some really lame algorithm or something.
I mean, I'm with you though. I'd rather see it on Wii U, especially since the GameCube remake that we got before for the Wii U was Wind Waker, and that looked gorgeous. And I know this is a lot more complicated than that because of the sprite work and whatnot, but I'd still rather see it on Wii U, get it out there, be appropriate, and I think it'd do really well. I think this is something people would like. I mean, I think people would buy it on whether it's 3DS or Wii U, but no, I'm with you. I'd rather see it look gorgeous and just pop on the Wii U.
Yeah, because even when I go from like the original Paper Mario 64, which is a game I also adore. I love that game. But going from that, which runs at like 320 by 240 or something, and then going from that to the GameCube one, it's a huge difference. I mean, both because of the the resolution as well as improvements in the presentation. But the resolution is a huge improvement, and I think going from the GameCube to to the Wii U's resolution would be fantastic. Yeah, and plus this is a game like I think it would work fine in the portable system. It's one I like to sit back with, and just like sit back for a few hours and just take it all in. Whereas it's something I can't easily do on the 3DS. I just don't find it as nearly as a comfortable gaming experience. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those that you can just sit back, relax, enjoy the story. I mean, if you wanted to, you could put it on the gamepad and go off and do something else. You want to get even comfier.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if they don't really need to go if they were to put it on Wii U, they wouldn't have to go all out like they did with Wind Waker. Because, I mean, what kind of improvements and changes could you really see them adding to Thousand Year Door?
Oh, that's exactly it. It's pretty much flawless as is. In terms of gameplay wise, I'd argue. Like there's nothing that stands out to me as being something they'd have to fix. So it really would just be for the graphics. Like it would just be the definitive edition, if you want to call it that. So now with all that being said, with us thinking it'd be fake, though being a good idea, I'm not going to rule out the possibility of this actually happening. I think it's entirely possible this could actually happen. I just don't think this is a sign of that. But I think it would make sense. It's something a lot of people have wanted to see, an update of this game. And it would be a great apology for Sticker Star.
Yeah, just to show the intelligent systems like this, especially if this game outsold Sticker Star, which shouldn't be that hard, honestly, because just show them this is the type of Paper Mario we want. This is what we really enjoy. And I can see this doing extremely well because people have that fondness. And I'm looking at the original title screen. I'm looking at saw 2004. I'm like, holy crap! Has it really been 11 years since the Thousand Year Door has come out? And that's just insane.
Well, and it still holds up too. Like the art style is pretty timeless. So it would be such a great idea to re-release this, I think, because it does hold up.
Yeah, just get it out there and get it out to as many people as possible. We saw that work before with Wind Waker HD. Do the same here and really encourage them to say, okay, let's make it a new original Paper Mario game for Wii U and have something just really creative there. Because, I don't know, but Intelligent Systems, I know this would be done by a different port, but probably a different company for the port. But Intelligent Systems has been in a role lately with Fire Emblem and Codename Steam. I mean, ever since Sticker Star, they haven't really made that many mistakes.
I mean, personally, I would rather see a Paper Mario sequel, but before that, I think re-releasing this game wouldn't be the worst idea. It would help bring back credit to the Paper Mario name. Because I know a lot of people weren't, some people like Sticker Star, but that did seem to be one of the most divisive games Nintendo's released perhaps ever, I would say. I don't know if I've seen like a fan base that divided before.
Yeah, I mean, here's another idea. Actually, I just had. How would you feel if instead of like, let's say they can't do like get all the assets and whatnot, so they can up-res it and all that good stuff. What if instead they just do straight ports of all 3 Paper Mario games, and I'm not including Sticker Star here. So the original Thousand Year Door and Super Paper Mario are in like an HD collection, like they do in other systems. That way we have the entire Paper Mario experience right there on the Wii U.
I mean, that actually would be cool, and even if they throw in Sticker Star, that'd be fine. It'd be easy to just ignore that. That'd be cool. I mean, I'd even be fine if they just stuck to the core Paper Mario stories, like 1 and 2, and released them as their own game. Especially because the original Paper Mario really could use an update, like an update in assets. It's a little bit rough to go back to. Even though I still love that game and have no problems doing it, it would be great to have that updated. I think it'd be a fine idea. That would, given that the fact that most of these games, or rather, at least the first 2, don't need any major enhancements. And there's really, honestly, there's not much that they could do to fix Sticker Star either. Like, they're stuck with it at this point. Like a sticker. And even Super Paper Mario is serviceable as a game. So, yeah, I think that'd be a fine idea. That'd be cool. It'd be fun to actually see Nintendo embrace that idea a little bit more. Re-releasing their older games in updated form. And I think that would be probably one of the easier collections they could do. Because I don't think there'd be a ton they'd have to do to update them.
Don't think so. I think it'd be pretty straightforward altogether. So I don't know. I'd like to see it because I've played a little of each of these games, but never actually completed them. And I catch flack for that with Thousand Year Door all the time. So as soon as this game gets re-released, that is like the perfect excuse to like, okay, let's sit down and actually beat this so I don't catch flack anymore.
That's it. Alright, well I think that about wraps it up for us here, so thanks guys for watching. If you like our discussion, make sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Twitter at GameXplain. You can find links here in the description below. It's a good way to keep up to date on everything we post. And of course, keep an eye on GameXplain.com for more on, not this leak, but hopefully Paper Mario news in the future. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.